Okay, everyone, good morning. I'm going to tell you my story into very simple language and I'm very sure that you guys will be able to connect with it. So, let's go for it. जब एक पंछी का बच्चा अपनी पहली उड़ान लेने वाला होता है, तो वो ये नहीं सोचता कि आसमान कितना बड़ा है या कितना छोटा, मैं उड़ पाऊंगा या गिर जाऊंगा। बस उसके दिमाग में एक ही होता है, मैं उड़ने के लिए बना हूं और मैं उड़ के रहूंगा। This is Sudendu Shah, CEO of Pride Group, and I'm going to share you my journey. Guys, whenever we think about business, there are a couple of things that comes to our mind first. Like, what business will we do? We first have to select a business in which we have an uncle, we have a dad, or we have someone whom we know. They're known as godfather. Or we think, do we have family who will fund us? Or the bank will give us a loan? If none of this, will someone invest in our ideas? And by the society, these are called the fundamentals that you need before starting a business. Let me tell you my story. When I started my journey, I did not have anything. I started from a scratch and self-earned, self-invested every penny in my business. And I've been able to get this business to a multinational level where we have about 4 international offices, 8 global international offices. And this is all done by single and no other external funding factors. So, let me tell you about my first venture. My first venture that I started was in my school times. It was not for earning a livelihood, but it was out of passion. I started selling mukwas on the roadside. After my school, in the evening hours, I used to be free. I used to go to the wholesale market, buy a kilo packet of mukwas worth 100 rupees, come back, convert that thing into 20 small boxes and sell each box for 100 rupees. Sell each box for 10 rupees. And that is how I started. Initially it was passion, which later on turned into dream. And today it has become a reality. Whenever this is just not a thing that has happened overnight. It has been years that this transformation has come in. Let me tell you, after Mukwas, I still kept on doing small and other ventures. There came a point in my life when I passed my 12th standard. A point which has come in everyone's life. What to do next. After 12th, the point comes in a life where you have to select between the career, business, or you need to decide the direction of your life. Being from a middle class family, always job security or running the house was the first priority. We had big dreams, but we even had to face the reality, the real financial position of our family. So after discussion with the family members, we finalized that engineering would be a better option. Engineering? Which engineering? There are multiple of it, right from computer, mechanical, everything. But my mom was of opinion that mechanical would be good. Reason being, in mechanical engineering, we need to work closely to machines. And machines will never die. So all the mechanical engineers. This thinking is always of a middle class family where they want a secure future. Because if I earn the month, the next month, the house will be working. We need that fund to run the house the next month. Being in 12th standard, I was a very average student, getting my percentage in about 60s. Mechanical was the target. We filled in the centralized form. The first list came out. My name was not there. The second list came out. My name was not there. As a family, everyone got worried. There was a tension in the family. So, we started with a backup plan, like everyone would do. We saw how much money is the saving. Mom had some jewelry which we had to sell off. And the total capital that we could generate at that time was about 1.5 lakhs. We went to a engineering college, in front of a respected person, and we requested for a management quota. And we told our budget. I still remember that day very well. He told me, in this budget and with this kind of percentage, we can offer you a computer seat. I very well remember my mom's reaction. She looked at me and she looked at the person again. And she told, this boy even doesn't know how to start a laptop or a computer. How will he do a computer engineering? That happened exactly about 12 years down the line. And after 12 years, I run a multinational IT-based company which has 4 international offices, clients over 83 countries. And I feel that guys, the sky is not the limit. The limit is in our mind. Later on, I definitely got a seat in Mechanica in the 3rd round, but I still remember that day and I remember today. In an entrepreneur's life, there is nothing known as what you can do or what you can't do. It is what you have to do and how will you do it. So if you have to become an entrepreneur, always remember, we have to cross that mindset. We have to go beyond the level. With engineering, I've always heard a couple of people saying, in the surrounding, everyone saying, engineering is a tough job, tough thing to pass by. Let me tell you my schedule when I was doing engineering. At the time of engineering, I was even a football player. Therefore, I started with my 4 football academies. Morning, 6 o'clock, I used to start. 6 to 9, I used to do my football academies. That is about 6 to 7:30, I used to go to my one of the football academy, wind it up by 7:30, go to second football academy, wind it up by 9 o'clock. After that, rush to the college. By 3:34, finish with your college, go to take private tuitions which I go to the student's house and take. Finish up with the students, come to the third academy or the fourth academy in the evenings because it was alternative days. Finish with the academy, go back home, do your home tuitions. And later on, after all this thing is done, I used to complete my college assignments and everything. So when people say that doing only one engineering or doing only one thing is difficult, it is all about us. How do we want to plan our life? I was not only doing engineering, but simultaneously running a business of 4 football coaching academies, taking private tuitions, taking home tuitions. And when I completed my engineering, my targets were very clear. I cleared it in first class, doing all these things at the same time. So guys, it's about the time, many people said that, you have sacrificed a lot of things in your life. I always correct them. It is not a sacrifice. It's a compromise. And it was not pushed to me, but it was my choice. I decided to compromise my 4 years of life to enjoy my 40 years of life. And here am I today. What I have done has got me till here today. You all are in this phase. So I would like to always say, never term anything that you do in your life as sacrifice. Term it as a well-planned compromise, a planning that you're doing for your future life. Going ahead, after my engineering, I was doing pretty good with small events, with football and everything. So, thought of opening up an office after I finished my engineering. When I was doing my football and academies and tuitions, I was able to save some money. In those times, 25,000 is what I have saved, was a really decent amount. The office that I took up was a 1 BHK flat. And as we know, when we take up something, we have to pay deposit, at least a 2 months deposit. I don't know how, but it exactly matched the savings amount. What amount I had saved is equivalent to the amount I have to pay as deposit. I discussed with a couple of people whom I always, discuss with the people around us. They suggested, Sudendu, I think you should, you have a really lot of good qualities. You should try for a job. Do job, save some money for 6 months, a year, and then get into it. How do you want to get into it where you don't even have the money to pay the first month rent? My visions were very clear. It is not important that you start big or you start small. It's important to start. And I took the decision to start, where I did not know how will I pay my first month rent. But I knew one thing. I had 30 days and 30 nights in my hand. And things just changed. People today are able to see my luxurious offices, international offices and everything. But the journey had started back with a 1 BHK flat where I did not have even the money to pay the first month rent. So it went on. There was pretty ups and downs. I remember after a couple of months, we had got good business. We had started into event management. There was a month full busy of events. At the end of the event, at the end of the month, the total collection that we had made was 10,40,000. And we all have a rule, we clear off all the payments of the vendors, the promoters, everyone on the last day of the month. So they all gathered at the office, 10,40,000 was there. I started distributing it. And guys, you know what I was left with after distributing everything? I was left with something about, you can say, 3,450 rupees. 10,40,000 collection. After distributing everything, I was left with 3,450 rupees. That's it. My vendors, my promoters earn 10 times more than me. I was thinking, right, sitting at my table, boss, what am I doing? My vendors and they are earning more. I earn after, slogging for a month, earning 3,450 rupees. What is the target? But my minds were very clear that I can't, think of today or tomorrow. I need to have a broader vision if I really want to achieve my dreams and make it into reality. There's one more option I had that time, at that specific moment. I could have just told my vendors, my promoters, that the client has deducted 10% of the billing amount because we are not up to mark, and you could have easily saved 1 lakh rupees. But you know, guys, that is the minute when I realized, when I started my career, my mom had given me an advice. Sudendu, we may lose 10 rupees, that's okay. But because of us, no one should even lose 10 paisa. That advice became the fundamentals of my life. Irrespective of what I earn or what I don't earn, the ethics and values have to be followed. And that's the reason, in this journey, right from scratch to this place, I've been able to reach. So guys, whenever you do anything in life, always remember, the ethics and values really make a difference. My mom's teaching at that time got me straight. In my life, many times there will be divergence, where you may think some shortcut, where you may get many options, where you can just multiply. But multiplying is not more important than following your values and ethics. Let me tell you something different part of our entrepreneur life. This is what we all, many of us have seen, observed, heard. But I recently met an entrepreneur who was just starting up, who has just started up in fact. He was very good in cooking. So he had started his own cafe, a small restaurant kind of a thing. And I was discussing with him, he was telling me, said, I am very good in cafe, but I don't know how to do it. So at the time, when I guided him, for an entrepreneur, knowing only his skills are not enough. To be very honest, in today's competitive world, you even need to know the legalities. You need to know the licenses. Most important, you need to understand the GST compliance. Yes, definitely you can cook your food better. You are the best chef. But if you want to become an entrepreneur, these are the things. Not only that, you need to understand the HR policies because you'll have to hire a team. You'll have to even go down and you can't just be a boss. You have to go down to a housekeeping problem and even take care of their problems. When you're able to do all this, you can term yourself as an entrepreneur. So guys, this is some certain basic fundamentals. And in business, there is one very important aspect which many of them forget, that is the team. We may be, we may be talented, everything, but a team is always necessary to go ahead in life. The right team. When anyone moves out of the house every morning, what vision they have? When anyone moves out of the house to work, they have basic two criteria. Any human being will have two criteria. The first is that they want to earn money. The second is knowingly, unknowingly, they even want the respect in the society. Am I right? We just want to earn money, but we even want respect. Guys, earning money, anyone can do. Maybe 1,000 more or maybe 1,000 less. But respect is something that is normally neglected. I am proud enough to say that in our company, whether it be watchman, whether it be a person who is cleaning, or whether it be a person who is serving you coffee in your cabin, we always term them, or whether it be a general manager of the company, they are tagged with sir and ma'am, and not by their first name. These are some small things which really makes a big difference in their life. When we term them their name with a sir or ma'am, the respect that they get is beyond. The happiness, the way they express at their houses, it's beyond anything that you can achieve. And respect, when we speak about respect, it is like the basic fundamental, guys. Let me tell you something. If I just pick any of you from here and ask you, what is your future vision? Or someone who's already into a career, what are you doing? You know how anyone will introduce themselves? Like the person one will introduce, I want to work for ABC company. Person two will introduce, I am working for XYZ company. You pick up any member of my family, of Pride group. You know what will they say? I don't work for them. I work with them. They will proudly say, you ask them a question, what do you do in your career? Whom do you work for? They will say, I don't work for anyone. I work with Sudendu Shah. I work with Pride group of companies. Guys, whenever you will work for someone, you may not be able to give that thing when you work with someone. Consider that you had to come for this event today. It was a third-party event. So what was the attitude? How did you get up? So you're doing it for someone. But if this could be your event, your dressing, your attitude, your timing, your discipline could have been at par. So whenever you make your team, make sure that you don't make them work for you, you make them work with you, which is also the basic fundamental of Pride group of companies. The next thing is about money. This all thing are interlinked. The person who comes out of a house wants to earn money, wants to earn respect. I told you about respect. Don't let them work for you, make them work with you. Money. Honestly, guys, you know, if you see my Google things, I have always said that I don't earn money, I earn people. It is for a simple reason, guys, that money will come and go. Business will see ups and businesses will see downs. But if you have the team, if the people are with you, you get through everything. So in your life, when you think of becoming an entrepreneur, do remember these basic fundamentals. Respect, make them work with you, not for you. The money, earn people, not the money. Money is materialistic, people are there with you. So that's a basic thing. When you do all these things, in my life and into multiple things that I've noticed, that you meet a lot of different variety of people. Some will be good, some will be bad, some will have their own attitude. But always remember one thing, guys, irrespective of what they do, irrespective of what their intentions are, what their attitude are, what matters is what we do. What are our intentions? We can't control them, but we can definitely control ourselves. We can't judge, we can't alter their behavior or thinking, but we can definitely do ours. Always have a giving attitude. Don't think what we will get in return. When we have a giving attitude, trust me, things work. Irrespective of what we get in return, keep giving, because this society is meant for giving. And it makes a lot of difference. I recently started a campaigning, and the tagline of the campaigning was, "Sahi seeko, sahi sikao, milke aage badho." Guys, it's all about what we can do and not what we can get in return. So always do that. And the basic thing I would like to say about summarizing everything into one line is, that is the tagline of my speech today. My life journey with no ifs and buts. Best of luck, guide. God bless. Take care. Thank you.